أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Respectable brothers and sisters in Islam, I want for greeting with the most honorable greeting of Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Me now our Pekin and brother Sheikh Alusine Abdulsalam. Today I come again with a reminder for remind you and me concerning some misconceptions about the months of Ramadan. Indeed, the month of Ramadan now a month of barakah, now a month of blessing, and it gets a lot of misconceptions where people they misunderstand the Ramadan for be where not to so it be. Among the misconceptions where I want to discuss briefly get to do with the issue around intention. The issue around intention. Now one we get some misunderstanding. If you check around the mosques them, the masjid them, you will find out say some mosques them get the habit of reciting publicly together with the Jama'ah when Ramadan one starts, or almost every day would they recite a particular dua where they say this dua na in for talk before you dey fast. This na misconception, because intention na something with the inside the heart, not to wait till you dey pay lip service to. The moment you don't intend for keep fast from the beginning to the ending since Ramadan approach, then you've done your intention. Yeah. Although scholars they say we for the renew intention almost every other day, but that doesn't mean there is a specific dua to this to making the intention. Yes. You can say it in whatever language, you can intend it in your heart without even voicing it out. That's an intention. So that's now one misconception. Then again, we need to also understand, say, important that we make intention every other day before we go to fast. Because the Prophet ﷺ say, whosoever no make intention for keep fast the following day, he not get fast. Yes, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say every work that based on the intention, and every payment within they pay you, kulli imri in ma'nawa. Every work is based on intention, and based on your intention, Almighty Allah they pay you. So a good follower we start the Ramadan with so much zeal, resilient, and of course we make a good intention that we are going to fast Ramadan from the beginning to the ending. But that also, scholars they say, if you do this, then if you eventually die before the end of Ramadan, you don't left debts of Ramadan at the hand of your family. And as you know, most of the family members, they are so weak for even pay their own debts of Ramadan, not to talk of paying the debt of a father, or the debt of a mother who has passed away, the fasting debt. So therefore, some school of thoughts they say, for let we dey on the safer side, let we not make intention of Ramadan, the beginning of Ramadan, for say we are going to keep the fast from the first day of Ramadan to 29 or 30 days. Because if we eventually die, we're not able to complete them, the remaining days are debts upon you, which is left to be paid by your relatives. But if you make the intention every other day, say tomorrow I dey keep fast, like Sokoli time, you say I dey keep fast tomorrow, then that could be good. That could be nice. If you eventually die, according to some school of thought, if you eventually die before the end of Ramadan and before the coming or fasting day where you not be making intention for, then that you are not going to pay any debts in that connection. That is how some school of thought say. While some other school of thought they tell you say, let you make sure say you make intention for keep the fast for 29 or 30 days. So it's left with you to choose. But the most important thing is that you make sure say you not keep fast without you not make the intention for keep the fast, because that will be detrimental upon you. Secondly, second misconception we I want to discuss, quick one, about Ramadan, and the issue of the one then where they make mistake for it. The mistake for it. If you mistake you eat, no matter how much the food you consume, the moment you remember for say you don't mistake, you dip a fast, then you dey left for eat the food, you spit out whatever dey inside your mouth and rinse the mouth, then you continue you fast. So the one that will go they say, no, you need not to continue your fast because you've already breaked it. It is wrong, because the fast is still intact. The prophet say, now Almighty Allah don't feed this individual. Now Almighty Allah don't feed him. Whether he drink or he eat, now Almighty Allah feed him. Once he do them, forgetfully, subconsciously. That's now one way we for understand. And that now one. Another thing again, if they force you for it, you dey to a Christian family, a Christian person, a Christian guardian, a Christian parent, or a non-Muslim who is not bored, who is not bothered, who doesn't want you to fast, but you insisted that you are going to fast. And if you fast, my dear brother, my dear sister, when they discover say you are fasting, then they say make you can break your fast. With that force that they used, they force you for let you eat when it is not your intention. They say let you break the fast, and the rule here is you can even eat that food that you are forced to eat, but yes, you are still in fasting. You are still fasting. You still a fast, because it is not your intention to do so. You've been forced to do that. And this force we need to understand. Going further, another misconception where I go tap per force for today, and the misconception about the paying of debt. If somebody eats, drink, or get any sexual relation, how he go pay that debt day? Especially when you do them deliberately. You eat deliberately, you drink deliberately, out of human weakness. So let's say because angry don't catch you bad one, then you decide for consume some food. We can call them pakrio, say you buy cocoa. Yes. Some way the angry don't tin up pass some person, they decide for it. Under forgery in a sense is saying I ate the act, knowing full well that actually it just want to deceive others, but you cannot deceive Almighty Allah. So if you know full well that I deceived others, but I cannot deceive Allah, and that I don't cut me fast deliberately without any valid excuse, then what you for do? According to the ruling, now that you for make sure say that fast will you break by eating deliberately, drinking deliberately, you for make am back, you dey pay am. We get in terms of fasting what we call qada, wey na paying one for one, na qada. Get qada or kafara. Qada or kafara get to do with the debt wey you dey pay for wetin you do deliberately, whether eating deliberately or having sexual intercourse during the day. Well, qada get to do with eating and drinking deliberately or doing any other thing where you get for left with debt during the day of Ramadan. In that connection, you have to pay the one day where you eat. If in 5 days, you pay just the 5 days without kafara. But when it comes to you having sexual intercourse during the day deliberately, you dey only pay one day. You dey pay one day, which is the qada, the one day where you do the act for. Then you pay the kafara. In the kafara, there comes the 60 days. There comes you freeing a slave, or you feed 60 people. This is the kafara you are supposed to do. You feed 60 people them at once. You cook, you give them 60 of them, they eat full. In that way, you have done your kafara. And your qada is that you have to pay the debt. You have to pay that one day, and then you do your kafara. But the misconception here is now that people they say, if you do these things deliberately, if you break your fast deliberately, or let's say like this issue of the crescent, some man say because you don't see the moon, the nafila, the fast, then a happen say now the actual day for fast now today, then you go start tomorrow. You don't eat one day deliberately, and this person need for pay their day. Well, some people now they misconcept the fact say then the one day not where you eat so now 60 days you for pay. That is the misconception I want to clear. It is not 60 days at all, my dear brother. It is one for one, because now eating, because now drinking during the day of Ramadan. Had it been now intercourse he commit during the day of Ramadan, when he dey fast self, when he dey per fast, he do this, he for pay one day plus kafara. One day where nine he miss, the kafara can be either you fast 60 days, or a free slave, which is the first one. The first condition is to free a slave. The second condition is to feed 60 people at once. Yes. And that can also be done either by going to a restaurant and pay for 60 people, then you buy coupon for them. It can be done. Cook for 60 people or so, you feed them. Yes. Or you fast 60 days consecutive. Fashiyamu sharaini mutatabi'aini. That is it. You fast sharaini, 2 months, mutatabi'aini, consecutively. This na the kafara and qada, where people misconcept say any day where you eat deliberately in Ramadan equivalent to 60 days for you pay as debt. That's a misconception I wanted to clear. So by the will of Allah, in subsequent videos, I will come back and talk more on some of the myths or the misconceptions where we can go with in Ramadan. I've been your brother, Sheikh Alusine Abdulsalam. Till we meet again in subsequent videos. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.